We're always refining our Trail Bike of the Year test, and 2019 is no different. With 2 price points, 10 bikes, 2 wheel sizes, and no brand duplication, this year's test is arguably the most competitive to date. The biggest change for 2019 has been in tyre sizing. With most bikes now coming with larger volume tyres as standard, we've split the test by the 2 dominant wheel sizes, 27.5 and 29 inch. And to cover a wider range of budgets, we've also split the price points rather than bunching all of the bikes in together. The 27.5 inch bikes are all around $2.5 grand, while the 29ers are $3 grand and over. And even with the reshuffle, we've managed to get all of last year's winners back to defend their titles. The Scott Genius now in 29er going head to head with the Vitus Scarb 29. We've got plenty of new 29ers too, like the latest Commencal Meta TR29, which looks dashing in its British racing green finish, and dressed to the nines with the top of the range Fox 36 factory fork. We also have the latest JeffCCF from YT with its burly carbon frame and custom E13 11-speed cassette. Last, and by no means least, is the longest, lowest, and slackest bike in the 29er category. Say hello to the new Specialized Stumpy Evo. 5 great 29er trail bikes, but which one will take the title in this year's test? Before we reveal the results, let's take a closer look at the 27.5 inch bikes. Last year's winner, the Canyon Spectral, needs no introduction, but the bike has changed for 2019. Travel at both ends has gone up by 10 mil, and the tyre size has come down. It still looks every bit the money though, and while the Canyon is by far the cheapest bike in this test, it faces stiff competition from the likes of Sonder. Its new Evo 140mm bike, coming equipped with Cane Creek suspension components that wouldn't look out of place on a $5 grand build. Then there's the new white T130S that looks totally dialed. White leads the way with progressive sizing and geometry, but will the longer front end and shorter offset fork on the latest T130 be enough to give it the edge? At the opposite end of the geometry spectrum, the Kona Hey Hey Trail brings a more pumped up XC attitude to the test, but the 10-speed drivetrain and spindly fork mean that it's starting at the back of the grid. And to highlight just how diverse the 27.5 category of this year's test is, the Trek Remedy 8 is sporting a 160mm travel RockShox Lyric fork and 150mm travel out back. Now that you've met all of the bikes in this year's test, let me introduce you to the winners. In the 29er class, the YT JeffCCF comp took top honors for the second time in 3 years. The latest version is stiffer and has better sizing and geometry than the first generation JeffC, but the pricing is still every bit as keen. It's not quite a perfect 10 rated bike though. The fixed position E13 dropper post and clunky shifting meant that the double-digit rating eluded YT this time round. It was a close-fought test with the Commencal Meta 2.9, but the reduced weight and increased pedaling efficiency of the YT JeffC made it the most versatile 29er trail bike in test. In the 27.5 inch category, the 2 standout bikes were the white T130S and the Canyon Spectral AL 6.0. The Canyon was a clear winner though. Pound for pound, there is simply no better 27.5 inch trail bike. It pedals with a plume, it feels light and agile on flatter trails, and when it's time to rumble, the extra travel and dial geometry mean it's every bit as comfortable going 12 rounds as it is delivering a knockout blow. Yes, the Super Soft Maxxis front tyre is overkill on a UK trail bike, but it's the only hiccup in an otherwise flawless build. Factor in Canyon's competitive pricing, even with shipping, and a faster rolling front tyre, and you'll still have plenty of change left from $2.5 grand. So once again, the Canyon Spectral is the outright winner of our Trail Bike of the Year test, as it was the only bike to bag a perfect 10 rating. So that's the highlights of our 2019 Trail Bike of the Year test, but if you want to take a deeper dive into the test winners, be sure to watch our full reviews on both bikes. These videos will be dropping soon, so stay tuned.